Hey, what is going on, guys? I want to let you know exactly what happened the day I went homeless up to right now, the current day, so I can let you know what happened with my homeless situation. So I got kicked out of my place. I stayed with my mom a couple days. So my mom's boyfriend, he wasn't having that. It was just a couple days, and then I went to my old neighbor's house, stayed a couple days there, and went to another friend's house. I just kept moving around from couch to couch, not having a place to stay. Then I stayed in the hotel for 1 week, cost more than $200. That's all I could afford was just 1 week. But during that time, I called the homeless VA number, let them know I was homeless, and they told me the best place for homeless veterans, near me was Ann Arbor, Michigan. So, I'm originally from Ohio. So after I stayed that week in the hotel, during that time frame, I went up to Toledo. I never even went to any VA hospital, was never in the system. I got registered in the system, and then that following Monday, after my week of the hotel was up, I went ahead and went to Toledo VA. They shuttled me up to Ann Arbor VA. This is very early in the morning. I got to the Ann Arbor VA and I met with the lady there, and she was extremely awesome. We did all type of paperwork, all types of stuff. The VA, she got me different, doctor's appointments and stuff I needed at the VA anyhow. It was my first time ever being in a VA hospital. And then that night I went to, the public homeless shelter, the Delanus Center, is what's called in Ann Arbor. And luckily at the VA, Ann took me out to where the bus stop was, and there was a veteran, sitting at the bus stop who already, knew Ann and, went through the same thing I went through. So he was able, to show me how the bus worked. I got free tokens to ride the bus, and he was going to the Delanus Center too. That's where he was staying. So he showed me how to get there, and, we was able to get there in time to eat dinner. And then after dinner, they showed me where I'll be sleeping, for the night. There's 4 guys in one room. My room was all veterans. There was a little bit of complication at first, like somehow they overbooked people. So it was between me and some other guy of who got the bed, and I ended up getting it because I was a veteran, the other guy wasn't. So the place was pretty packed, but it's just 4 beds to a room, and there was a living room type of area where you could watch TV, just a big table and a small tiny TV. There's big room with showers and bathroom. But the food, the dinner was really good. It works just like a cafeteria. They call your table up, a random number on your table. You go get your food. Dinner was delicious, and it wasn't too bad there at all. I didn't sleep in 2 days, the night before. So I crashed out pretty early that night and got some good sleep. And the very next day, I, ate breakfast. Had to walk to a church to eat breakfast. Then we ate lunch there at the Delanus Center, and then I got called back to the VA, with Ann, and they already had housing for me. So on my second day in Michigan, Ann gave me the address and everything. I took the bus over to this big, huge house. I met my new caseworker, Ty. He's like a caseworker for veterans. He's extremely awesome, and he showed me around the house and everything. And I asked him about meals. I was kind of worried about that. And this house is, provide your own meals. It's actually the house I live in now. I didn't get to stay in there permanently. Let me keep telling you my story here. Talked about meals, and Ty said, oh, if you can't provide your own meals, we actually have another place that we can take you to tomorrow, the Staples Center. It's like a homeless family shelter. I stayed one night in the big house, and it was so weird too. My second day in Michigan, I felt like I was a stranger in someone else's house. I didn't even meet anybody. I went straight to bed. I was so tired again at nighttime. Got up the next day. We went to the Staples Center, and this is the second homeless shelter that I stayed at, and I stayed there about 2 weeks. It was a family center. There was a lot of moms and their kids, and it was kind of weird, kind of funny that there was only one white mom in there. I don't know why this matters, but I don't know, it's kind of different. And I'd say 95% or everybody else were black moms. Then there was 2 other guys that lived there. There was one black guy and his kids, and then 2 other white guys. Race doesn't matter at all. I don't know why I'm telling you this. It's just so that you can get a picture of who all was there. But they provided meals there, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And sometimes the meals were extremely good. Sometimes they were terrible. It all depends on what they were having that day and who the cook was. house. You know, there's different workers that took turns there and stuff, and that was something I would look for every single day, was just waking up and seeing, you know, what was for breakfast, what was for lunch, what was for dinner. That was like the highlight of my day. You know, I'd walk to the library a lot. They had a TV, they have a living room. And this time they only had 3 beds to a room, but it was a much bigger room. And when I got there, there was only one other guy, so me and some other guys shared the room for about a week, and then him and his brother eventually left, and I got the room all to myself for an entire week. Extremely nice. And then after those 2 guys left, there was 2 other newer guys that moved in there. They were much older. This is in the men's pod. It was kind of all separated, except when you eat, you all met together. So just me, 2 older guys for my last week there, and it was pretty cool. You know, we all chilled, watched TV. I went to the library a lot to get on the internet. I went on lots of walks, got out. I had lots of appointments to the VA, so I was constantly riding the bus to the VA hospital and getting used to the bus system. Then after being in there about 2 weeks, then I finally got my food stamps. You know, my caseworker, you know, did all types of running around with me, made sure I got a bus pass, food stamps, applied for disability. I did all types of stuff in that 2 weeks. But since I got the food stamps, I was able to go back to the big house. I call it the big house. You know, it's like a big, it's not really a mansion, but you know, it's a lot bigger house than I'm used to, you know. But the house is definitely different. You know, it's not a normal house. You know, it has 7 different bedrooms in it. They're all pretty small bedrooms, but pretty decent size. I guess I got the 2nd largest bedroom in the house. Extremely nice. So this was my 3rd, you know, shelter slash home I moved to. It's where I'm presently staying. I would tell you what it's called, but you know, I don't want people coming knocking on my front door, you know, live around Ann Arbor. I mean, I'd love to see you guys, but we're not allowed to have visitors here, and it makes sense. You know, there's 7 guys that live here. You know, if everyone brought in just 1 visitor every day, you know, that'd be 14 people in the house. That would be ridiculous. But the rules are a lot more relaxed here. Curfew is midnight. At the old place, Staples Center, it was 10 p.m. and you know, everybody provides their own meals. There's a real big kitchen, big dining room. What I love, you know, none of the other shelters has, is 2 computers with the internet, so I'm able to get on the internet anytime I want. We're kind of limited though. You can't download stuff on the computers, and you know, you gotta share it with 7 other guys. A couple of the older guys that live there, they don't ever get on the computers, which is cool. And the house is really cool. A lot of the veterans that live here are extremely cool. A lot of times we pitch in on meals, like on a Saturday or Sunday. You know, almost everyone in here has food stamps. People just pitch in, you know, certain items. We come up with meals. They bought us a barbecue grill as well, so we like to, you know, grill out. A lot of times we'll make like chicken, we'll have baked potatoes, you know, salad, you know, sometimes we'll have like hamburgers, hot dogs, you know, just different meals, you know, that we make sometimes. On 4th of July, we had a huge meal. It was so nice. And yeah, I like it here. You know, it's pretty relaxed. Everybody gets along good. You know, I got food stamps for my meals. You know, I got a decent sized bedroom, and I'm working with another place called MAP. You know, they're trying to get me into my own apartment, and I actually did get that job at the VA. I start orientation the time I put out this video, probably today, Tuesday. And so I'm going to see at orientation how much I work, and you know, exactly what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna find out a lot more. I'll definitely keep you guys updated. But yeah, like I said in the last video, you know, my caseworker Ty, you know, gave me the okay to start doing YouTube again, or to bring my computer into the house so I can do YouTube again. Is extremely awesome. I'm limited though. I don't have internet in my room. All the internet uploading has to be done downstairs on the 2 computers that have internet, but I can still play offline. I've been playing, you know, the 3rd DLC zombie map. I've been playing the shit out of Pokemon Go lately. I didn't even have a smartphone, but when that came out, I was watching so many videos. I'm a week behind on playing it, but I've been playing the shit out of it, trying to catch up to everybody. I've been thinking about making videos on that as well. If you guys do want to see Pokemon Go videos, definitely let me know down in the comments or on Twitter. A couple people are, already said they would love to see them. I think I'm gonna do a lot of commentaries, for right now until I get internet in my room again. I'm just gonna talk about my life and, different stuff on my mind. Something I haven't done in quite a while. I used to do life stories all the time. I lost touch on that. But yeah, I'll definitely see what I can do. That's it. If you guys have any questions for me, I'd definitely love to answer them. Send them my way, down in the comments on Twitter. That is all I got for you guys. I do want to thank you so much for your time, and you have a great day today.